Beautiful afternoon to you, and here's the news at 4 on Jordan 105.5 FM. My name is Telemoh Soraye. First news headlines. Minister reiterates government's resolve to crash data prices. Federal government to fund 545 billion naira electricity tariff shortfall. On the foreign scene, Turkey sends troops and electronic warfare tools to Libya. In entertainment, Nigerian-born actress dies in Spain. And in sports, Enyimba FC sacks head coach, names replacement. Stay tuned for this and more. The Minister for Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, has reiterated the plans of the federal government to drop the high cost of data and other telecom services. He made this known at a media parley, adding that government's plan to digitize the economy could be jeopardized by the high cost of those services. Pantami also noted that implementation of the digital economy had long begun on the recently approved National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy by the Federal Executive Council. Speaking further, the minister assured Nigerians that measures had been put in place to achieve digital literacy within the next few years. Pantami further assured Nigerians that government is working with all telecommunications stakeholders and other relevant agencies to regulate taxation that could affect inclusiveness in the sector. He said the idea behind the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy is to support the government's non-oil economic development and sustainable growth. Data obtained from the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) has shown that electricity distribution companies (DISCOs) will record a tariff shortfall of 545 billion naira this year. According to the regulator, the federal government will fund the tariff shortfall through the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading plc and the market operator, an arm of the Transmission Company of Nigeria. The Minister of Power, Salim Maman, had hinted in December that with the anticipated improvement in power supply, the increase in electricity tariffs is inevitable considering the cost of energy generation in the country. NERC on Saturday, in its December 2019 minor review of Multi-Year Tariff Order 2015 and Minimum Remittance Order for the year 2020, said consumers would start to pay more for electricity from April 1, 2020. Coming up next is the foreign news. Turkey has begun deploying troops and specialized equipment to Libya in an effort to thwart the ambitions of a renegade general to take control of the entire country, including the capital. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan disclosed this last Sunday. He said the first contingent had already arrived in Libya to help the United Nations brokered government in the country thwart a 9-month offensive on the capital, Tripoli, by Khalifa Haftar. The army officer, backed by the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Russia, controls much of eastern and southern Libya, but has been unable to take the capital and much of western Libya. The UN-backed authority in Tripoli had accused the Haftar's forces of killing at least 30 cadets and injuring at least another 30 in an airstrike on Saturday on a military academy in the capital. Up next is entertainment news. A Spain-based Nigerian-born actress, Jennifer Omole, is dead. It was gathered that the 33-year-old entertainer died in Spain on January 3rd and was buried the next day at Villarejo de Salvanes, Madrid. The late Jennifer's colleague and Nollywood star Uche Ogbodo made public her death on social media just as her manager, Eddie Joe Benson, paid tribute to the late thespian on Facebook. Jennifer Omole spent most of her time in Spain, where she was based, although her friends said she recently moved to the United Kingdom, where she premiered her film, Stolen Vow. Stolen Vow also had Spain and Switzerland premieres and had Ogbodo and the late actress as executive producers. Omole appeared in other films, including a lead role in Adamu and Eva, a short film in Spain. Stay tuned for the sports news. Enyimba International Football Club of Aba on Monday relieved her head coach technical advisor Usman Abdallah of his job. The club's chairman Felix Anyansi Agu made this known in a statement saying, after a string of disappointing results, the club believes it must set a new course. Anyansi Agu also said coach Fatai Osho would in the interim take over the team, adding that all other announcements on this will be made later. He equally emphasized that the decision to relieve Abdallah of his duties was not one taken lightly or in a haste. Here are the headlines again before we go. Minister reiterates government's resolve to crash data prices. Federal government to fund 545 billion naira electricity tariff shortfall. On the foreign scene, Turkey sends troops and electronic warfare tools to Libya. In entertainment, Nigerian-born actress dies in Spain. And in sports, Enyimba FC sacks head coach, renames replacement. In the words of Malala Yousafzai, let us make our future now, and let us make our dreams tomorrow's reality. And with that, we draw the curtain on the news at 4, as edited by Blessing Engaweruru. To listen to us online, visit www.jordan105fm.com. For feedbacks, call 0903 599 2570. You can follow us on Instagram at Jordan105FM Lagos, Facebook Jordan105.5 FM, and on Twitter Jordan105FM. Do join us for another bulletin at 6. My name is Telemoh Sorai. Good evening.